Hello everyone and welcome to Tuesday Tips. I'm Cam White and today we're going to talk about bunker shots when the sand is packed. So what I like to think about when I first come up to any short game shot is I need to assess my lie. And it's really important in a bunker because we can get different types of conditions in a bunker more than once or twice even in a round. But today we're really going to focus on the type of shot you need to play when the bunkers are firm after maybe a rain or they haven't been conditioned in a while. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to assess my lie. When I walk in here, I can feel that the sand is hard packed. So I know that I'm going to have to hit a different kind of shot than I would normally out of the bunker. Okay, so what we'll talk about today is two options. One is I can use my normal wedge that I do, and we're going to talk a little bit about the bounce on that wedge. So what the bounce is if you can see that, it's the angle that the leading edge of the wedge sits off the ground. So if you look, you can see that there's a little gap there between the leading edge and my hand. Okay, that's normal. This is an 8-degree wedge, so that's about normal for a wedge that you would use around the greens. Okay, so when we're hitting bunker shots, we're utilizing that bounce. So if it's a fluffy lie, it doesn't dig into the ground. It stays on top of the sand a little bit more, and we don't get a chunky 2-foot shot. Now I can even increase that bounce by opening the face. So that's why you hear a lot of pros teach you, open the face of the club in the bunker. It increases the bounce and makes it a little bit easier to not dig the club in. Now in this instance, I want the club to dig in a little bit. I don't want the club to skip across the top of the sand. So I'm going to close the face a little bit, or even keep it neutral, so that I decrease the bounce and don't let the club skip across the top. Okay? The other way I can play this shot is to just grab a higher lofted club a lower lofted club that generally doesn't have as much bounce as your wedge. So you can see here, if you look at this club here, this is my gap wedge. It doesn't have nearly as much bounce. There's not as much room between the leading edge and my palm. So this is going to naturally dig in a little bit more if I keep it neutral. Let's give it a shot. We'll try with the sand wedge first. So I've assessed my lie. I can feel that it's a little firm. And I'm going to take my normal setup, normal swing. I'm just going to keep the face of the club neutral or slightly closed. And then we're always going to remember to swing all the way through it. So that's with the regular sand wedge. Now let's try the shot with a lower lofted club. Again, I've assessed my lie. I know that it's a little firm. I'm going to keep the club face square. I'm going to make sure that I swing all the way through.